welcome to Daily Life with Colton Rathel. Today I went out to the movie theaters and saw Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters is based off of the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series, which is a very successful series by Rick Riordan. This movie is also the sequel to the somewhat successful Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. Now I say somewhat because this movie did not receive very well reviews from critics, but it did receive a lot of gross money back, so they were able to make a sequel. Now this movie has a very young cast of Logan Lerman as Percy Jackson himself, Brandon T. Jackson as Grover Underwood, Alexandra Daddario as Annabeth Chase, and introducing Levin Rampin as Clarice LaRue, and also bringing back Jake Abel as Luke Castellan, and also introducing Douglas Smith as Tyson. Now overall I thought this movie was very decent. You can tell that the director had a tough time trying to figure out what kind of audience they wanted to go to. At times it was very cheesy, and other times it was very intense. But you also do have to consider that the first book in the series did come out when I was in middle school, so they would be kind of directing it towards people my age, but I don't really think people my age would go out and want to see a PG movie. Now overall I think the cast did a very good job. Logan Lerman is a perfect Percy Jackson, and Brandon Jackson is a very good Grover Underwood. Jake Abel is also a very good Luke Castellan. He gets very evil in this movie, and I love it. Now, I read the series, so when I heard that they were coming up with a sequel, I was very excited to see who was going to be playing Tyson. And when Tyson's character was first introduced in the movie, I was not a big fan of him, but as the movie went on, his character just got really, really badass, and I loved every second of it. So likes and dislikes of the movie, I did really like that they ended up making a sequel to The Lightning Thief. I am a huge fan of the series, it's one of my favorites. Also, the cast did a phenomenal job, as I mentioned before, and I can't think of any other different people that I would have to play these characters. My main dislike about this movie would probably have to be the CGI is not very believable. You can kind of imagine the green screen there when they're like riding different creatures or anything like that. However, I did love the CGI at times. When Thanos is born, it is like blows my mind how awesome he looks. And also when they finally make it to the Cyclops, he is very badass looking, and I just love the character that plays him as well. So as I mentioned earlier, this film series has gotten mixed negative reviews. It has a 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb right now, and also has a 36% on Rotten Tomatoes. But for the audience members, it did get a 66%, so that kind of levels it out. So overall, I think I would have to give this movie a 7 out of 10, basically because I love the young cast that plays these characters. They're doing a phenomenal job, and because I love the book series, so I have to admire the effort that they're giving to the film series itself. So if you saw this movie, leave a comment down below letting me know what you think. Also leave a comment down below if there's anything else you want to see reviewed on this channel, whether it be movies, tech, pastries. I do love a good pastry. But also thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm gonna pop some heads. Now I say somewhat... Whoa.